I don't like Disneyland. It's shocking. It's a story you won't believe. And I think you should help Matt. Please help me change my mind. I want to like Disneyland. But what happened was so horrific that I haven't been able to go and take my kids back. I've never taken my kids there.
And you're going to share with us that story in a minute.
Is that okay?
Oh my gosh. So Disneyland is all about kids. Yep. Its theme is the happiest place on earth. It is built and made for kids and kids at heart. So one of the prerequisites before you go to Disneyland is you have to get in that kid mode. You have to understand when you go there, you're going to be a kid. You're going to play. Okay, you're going to have fun. It's not necessarily a relaxing experience like going to the beach. It's a different experience.
Which would be my preferred vacation.
Right, I get you.
I
get you. But come on, guys, explain to Amanda why Disneyland is so great. I went to Disneyland when I believe I was 11 years old for the first time, and it was an incredible experience. I didn't even want to go at first. I wanted to go to some baseball games, but my parents convinced me that you would have fun at Disneyland, and I did. The rides, what Disneyland does is it immerses you. You want to escape. Everybody that wants to go on a vacation wants to escape.
I like
and when you walk into the gates of the Disneyland resort, you are escaping the rest of the world. Disneyland does
with crowds of people. And
it can be crowded, but we're one big happy family. But what's cool? Yes, there are crowds, but we're all in the same joyful mood most of the times, unless it's super hot and your kids are whining and complaining. But for the most part, the kids there, the adults there, we're all in a similar mood. We're glad to be there. We're all having fun. Even if the lines are long, the line experience is great. And again, like I said, when you go into the Disneyland resort, Disneyland does an amazing job of blocking out the rest of the world. When you're there, you are in another world. And you are experiencing, man, I'm not doing a good job convincing you.
Well,
but
wait till you hear what happens.
Okay,
I'm listening.
The rides are fun. They have lots of different rides, and they're themed rides.
I get sick on rides.
Well, you can go on.
If it goes in one circle, I'm sick. I get dizzy and sick.
Okay, but they have rides
if I watch my kids go in a circle, I get sick.
Okay, but Disneyland rides are not like other theme park rides.
Okay.
They have themed rides like Peter Pan, where you're escaping into the Peter Pan movie.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
It's not turbulent, going fast, dropping, and all of that kind of stuff. It's you're sitting in a pirate ship, and you're going through the world of Neverland.
Does the pirate ship go in a circle?
No, not necessarily. It goes in a loop. It goes in a loop, but not constant circles. No, you have a bad impression of what theme park rides can be. And Disneyland, better than anyone else, knows how to immerse someone into another world on an adventure. And so they have those type of rides. Yes, they have roller coasters like Space Mountain and Thunder Mountain and Splash Mountain and all that kind of stuff. But in Disneyland, again, you have to be a kid at heart. You have to understand you're going to be a kid at heart. So yeah, it's great if you're taking kids. It enhances the experience when you take kids with you, because you're looking at everything from a kid's perspective through kid eyes.
There are a lot of people that go without their kids.
Right.
And you are thinking about doing that too for your anniversary.
Yeah.
And that is mind-blowing to me, just because I would only go to give my kids that experience.
Right.
I did it one time, and I also think it's because I didn't grow up in California.
So what was your terrible experience of why you dislike Disney theme parks?
It was the worst trip I've ever taken as a family vacation. This was when I was married to my ex-husband. I had my older two. They were like 4 and almost 2, and I was pregnant with my youngest, Zoe. So I was exhausted, and they were little, and I was thinking, okay, he had like a work conference there. So we were going to extend the trip and make time out of it. It was in February. So we have one nice day. I'm exhausted.
At the theme park at Disney World.
Disney World.
Walt Disney World. Do you remember which land? Was it Epcot Center? Was it the Magic Kingdom?
We did all the worlds. The Magic Kingdom. And I had a spreadsheet, and I made all the Disney Princess appointments, and I did all of that stuff. Day 2, we wake up, and we're all sick with the rotavirus because of the crowds. So here I am, pregnant with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, stomach and all the illnesses in the hotel of Walt Disney World because I was touching everything around the crowd of people in February. And then we finally, 2 days spent in the hotel, we finally get back out on the park after just being sick for 2 days. And then there was a snowstorm. We lived in Washington, D.C. at the time, and we couldn't fly back home.
Oh, man.
And because all the flights were canceled, and then I was stuck, and we had to move our hotel because our hotel room was booked.
Oh,
so here I am, pregnant with 2 toddlers, moving to forgive me, a roach motel, okay, and staying there, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm just done.
I get you. And you never went to Disneyland or Disney World ever again after that?
No, I went one time to Disneyland when I was 16, and it was nice. My mom, sounds like really I'm a happy person, but my mom had just gotten divorced. And she felt guilty, and it was like this really hard time in our lives. So she took us to Disneyland. So, but that reminds me that was a really hard time.
Oh,
so
man.
I
get you. I get you.
Like I have to undo these memories of the Disney experience, and like I just have to maybe push through. I don't know what to do. Help me.
Well, Diane does not want to go to Disneyland because the prices are too high, and I get you there. They have really. When I was a kid, I think it was like $35. Samuel says, "I love Disneyland. I'm a photographer, and I love walking around and just taking photos and enjoying the park. It's a great place to people watch. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I would like that.
Yeah, and he said my wife and I were annual pass holders before COVID, so we went a few times a year to the parks. And I know people like that who go, they have annual pass holders.
I'm
jealous.
Amanda. I'm jealous. Honestly, I am jealous by the fact that people have something that they love that much and they want to go do that. Like, I'd like that experience.
Yes. And so you're planning on hopefully, maybe, possibly thinking about going with your dad at Christmas time to Disneyland. And your dad's a fun guy.
He is.
And I think he will make the experience enjoyable for you and maybe Zoe.
my youngest?
I don't know. I can't say
with
for 15-year-olds. Yeah, teenagers.
Yeah.
You never know with teenagers about anything. You never know whether they're going to have a time of their lives or whether they're going to complain the entire time. So
that's right.
But I think hopefully if you set them up well, they will enjoy Disneyland. I mean, I don't know. I know very few people who don't love going to Disneyland. And my wife, we're grown adults, we're grown-ups, and we love it. We love going to the beach.
Good.
We love going to resorts in Napa. We love traveling. We love doing all of those things, adult things as well.
Yeah.
We love going to Tahoe. We love doing those things. But in addition to that, we love going and being a kid at Disneyland.
Okay, so I think that's what it is. Maybe I don't know how to be a kid. I'm feeling all like deep right now. Maybe I don't know how to do that.
I think maybe before you go to Disneyland, you might need to go have some therapy.
Some like bad Disney.
They should have like a support group on Facebook for people that have had bad experiences at Disneyland.
Like, help me get over this.
And if you're watching, I think you should give Amanda a couple of free tickets to Disneyland to make up for those bad experiences. It wasn't your fault, but she just had some bad experiences, and you need to redeem them. Maybe you will. You know what, Amanda? Who knows? You may go to Disneyland, and then all of a sudden, while you're there, you love it so much, you purchase annual passes for your whole family. You're like, oh my gosh, it was life changing. You know how
I'd rather
Jeff
not go into debt. I don't think I can afford that.
That's true. But you know how Jeff Bezos went into space today?
Yes.
And he talked about it was life changing. It was an amazing experience. That is the case for a lot of people who go to Disneyland.
I do look for opportunities to be able to just goof around and play with my kids.
Yes.
Because I miss their young ages. It was so easy. Like, you could create Disneyland in a day because their imaginations were so full.
Right.
And bright and extravagant. And now it's hard to just get them off of TikTok.
I guarantee if I went with you to Disneyland,
that would be fun.
With your kids, I guarantee I would put it in writing that I would guarantee that your kids would have a super fun time. I would make sure.
Great
of
idea.
That.
How about we go,
we all go
on your anniversary trip?
You take the kids,
and then we can watch your kids on when you're doing your anniversary outings and dinners and stuff.
Sure, right.
And I'm sure Jeannie would love that.
Yeah. And we'll do the morning show from Disneyland. So Disneyland will pay for it. I knew people that actually made that happen. I've not been fortunate enough to make the right connections and do that. But I think Anna said that she liked it as a kid. But Anna, you don't like it, or Amber, I'm sorry, Amber, you don't like it as an adult anymore. So I'm wondering about that. There's a lot of people that like it as kids, but I don't know. I don't feel like we've convinced you. I mean, there's.
I want to like it.
You want to like it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But can I go when there's nobody there and it's not
There are
really
certain
crowded?
times of the year.
Because I also have a fear of crowds.
Correct. Yes.
Did I explain to you why I have a fear of crowds?
No. Why do you have a fear of crowds? Is there a traumatic story with that too?
Yes. There's a very
Were you trampled at some event?
Oh my gosh, yes. And again, I was pregnant. 4th of July, again, we lived in Washington, D.C. At this point, I had my first child, Emily. She was like 2 or 3 years old, and I was pregnant with my son. And it's our first year living in Washington, D.C. We'd moved from Texas. I was doing a morning radio show there, and we decided, you know what? Let's go to see the D.C. fireworks. This is going to be amazing, 4th of July. We go to the National Mall like idiots, and we take the metro line because we were afraid about parking and traffic, but no one explained to us what it was like to get back on the metro after the fireworks.
Sure.
So it was like you're packed in sardines, and all of the trains are packed. Like people are like you're breathing their breath. Like people's cheeks are on your cheeks, and I'm hugely pregnant, and people are pushing up against my belly, and then pushing you on the train, and I got separated from my family.
It seems like a lot of these traumatic stories are happen when you're pregnant. So just make sure when you go to Disneyland that's not possible, right?
Taking care of that situation.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and Samuel said they have support groups. Now I think that can help you if you're. Here's what the solution is. Here's what is required, and
a private tour.
We're thinking the same. You need the VIP experience.
I'm not that important.
Where you can go to the front of the line. You don't have to deal with crowds, all of that kind of stuff. I'm sure you can pay for those type of experiences. They're not cheap. But that way you're not dealing with all of those issues.
Yes.
You're making sure that there is somebody alongside of you every step of the way, not dealing with crowds or unhealthy food and that appropriate snacks are prepared, and that you have a quality hotel room, that you're not getting sick. And if you are getting sick, oh my gosh. Okay. Listen, everybody that's watching, listen to this. So I had a bad experience at Disneyland one time. I was in middle school, and I was with some friends. We had met some lovely ladies at the park. Hanging out with them. We were in Splash Mountain, in the queue line for Splash Mountain. All of a sudden, I start hearing feeling this rumbling, and I'm looking over. Do you guys feel that? Do you feel that rumbling? Is there like an earthquake going on? We are in Los Angeles. And they say, no, you're crazy. So we keep going through the line, and I'm feeling it still, feeling the rumbling. And they're like, that's just the ride. You know, you're hearing the ride. And then all of a sudden, I start to get lightheaded and weak in the line, and I'm stumbling. And in the middle of the Splash Mountain line, in front of these girls and the guys I with, I passed out. In the middle of the line. Not because I was afraid, because I was on a mission trip and I had not eaten or slept very much that week. I was too excited, too busy. I hadn't eaten or slept very much. So I passed out in the middle of the line. Like I was gone, and they couldn't pick me up. I wasn't like, okay, I passed out and then I stood up and I was fine. I was knocked out. And my buddies were like, come on, dude, we can't lift you. And they had the hardest time lifting me. They escorted me to the front of the line.
There's a way to get to the front.
Right. Listen to this. They escorted me to the front of the line, where the staff took me and put me in a wheelchair. They still went on the ride without me. Can you believe that?
We got some girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Over here,
I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I get it.
Bro code.
I get it. I totally get it. But they wheelchaired me back behind Disneyland, behind the gates, behind the park, to their first aid. And I was out. I took a nap on there, and something happened that never happens at Disneyland. They got onto the PA system, and they announced the whole park. It never happens. They never do that. And they said, attention, we need Matthew's youth leader. Come to the first aid. They never do that at Disneyland because it disrupts the experience of everybody. They want to know that they're not in the real world. They want to know they're in Fantasyland. But oh my gosh, so I'm taking a nap there, and I got no ID. I'm a kid. I'm a high schooler. I got no ID, nothing. So they gotta like, who is this kid belong to? Finally, he comes and he's like, that was pretty awesome, Matt. I'm famous. I got my name announced throughout the whole park, and that never happened. So. And then my buddies were like,
so
I'm not friends with any of those guys anymore, by the way. Can't believe that. Just went on the ride without me. Unbelievable.
That's pretty mean.
Yeah. So that's
I'm supposed to want to go now.
Well, just make sure, again, that you're prepared before you go. A, you're not pregnant. B, you've gotten plenty of sleep. And C, that you've had plenty of food. Hand sanitizer. Drink a lot of. Do a lot of airborne and stuff.
Okay,
hydrate yourself. Be ready for a marathon. Get ready when you're going to Disneyland. Comfortable shoes are huge.
See, that's the other thing.
I know.
I like to wear heels.
You're gonna have to find. I know. I get you. You're gonna have to call up whoever you buy your shoes from and tell them the plan, saying, "Hey, planning a trip to Disneyland. I need very fashionable yet comfortable shoes because you're going to be walking a lot. You'll walk a lot in Disneyland.
So don't wear platform wedges.
Do not, or keep them in your bag. And if security checks, what are these for?
What is
it's wrong for later?
In case, I sound like the most spoiled brat.
It's all right. We all get you, Amanda. We're not surprised.
Really nice.
No, but I get you. You've had bad experiences. But come on, guys. Convince Amanda that Disneyland is fun. And you know what? It's not going to be fun. It's not fun for everybody.
Maybe someone's watching or is there a person that will plan your Disney trip for you?
I'm sure there's people to do all of that.
Very overwhelming. Like, I don't know how to get. I hear people talking about fast pass stuff.
Right.
And I hear people that get like. My neighbors are so impressed.
I want to go with you so bad because I'm like an expert. I could be your VIP tour guide.
That's what I mean. Like, it just seems so overwhelming. Like, I get overwhelmed just going to Home Goods.
Yeah.
I walk in there. I'm like, oh my God, it's way too much pumpkin stuff in here. I can't even handle Home Goods. So I prefer simplicity and blindness. And it just seems very chaotic.
I wish they could have offer you like a teaser experience, like a sample, a Disneyland sample, where you just go in and you just try it out for an hour. You see what they got, and then you go back to the hotel and you think about whether or not you want to return if you can handle a full day. It's like when you go to a restaurant. When you go to a restaurant and you're getting some wine and they give you a little taste, you go. I'll have some more of that. Yes. It's like Disneyland. You go in there for an hour and you go, okay, that wasn't bad. Right. Or, no, I'm done. I don't want any of that. And you go to the beach.
Dip my toe in the water.
Right. Yeah. That's the cool thing about being in Southern California. You're not too far from the beach. You can change your plans and just head to the beach.
See, that
your kids and your dad will be having the time of their lives in Disneyland, and you'll be out on the beach enjoying a nice drink and getting some sun.
Okay. Reading a book.
Right.
There
you go. See, I already can tell. Oh man, that sounds way better. Wow, you just put me in a much better mood. I'm now in vacation mode. Oh, a nice book. Oh, that sounds nice. They are. I gotta admit,
I'm so boring.
Going to the beach, reading a nice book, and relaxing are polar opposites from going to a theme park Disneyland with lots of crowds. You are right.
I had a vacation after my vacation.
You often need that. I have found that. With kids, oftentimes you need a vacation after your vacation.
So I'll send the kids back home. We'll go to Disney for like a day. And then I'll put the kids on a flight back home to Sacramento. And
you'll stay for a little while? Yeah. Why not? That would be cool. Where's Mom? She's not on the flight? Oh, yeah.
She needed a vacation from our vacation.
Yeah. She'll be coming back up here later. It's true. That is possible. Disney should offer that. They do have a cruise, a Disney cruise, but it's similar, except it's on a boat. So imagine Disneyland on a boat.
And not being able to escape.
Right. Well, they have lifeboats that I'm sure there's the VIP experience.
I'm going home. I'm be on the boat.
She's swimming. Mom! No, it's cool though. But
survived.
But your dad's going, so I feel good about that. I feel a little bit more scared. Anyways, that's it.
Fine. All right. Well, thank you for watching and dealing with us.
Yeah.
We love you, our fish family. And hey, listen, for PBR tickets, 3 times a day, we're announcing a code at 7 o'clock at noon and at 5 o'clock. You'll get the code, you text it in, and you can win tickets to see the professional bull riders.
Amanda, you're going to disagree with this, but just for listening on Facebook, I'm going to give them the code now. Should I? Because you're watching us on Facebook and we love you so much. If you text the word rodeo, right?
Yes.
Is it? No, it's not rodeo. Holy crap.
Are you giving?
I gave him the wrong word. What is it? What's the word for today, for
Today's
Tuesday?
Tuesday?
Yes.
Cowboy.
Cowboy. Sorry. You can try rodeo too. But text the word cowboy to 916-349-1039 for a chance to win PBR tickets. Just for our faithful followers on Facebook.
You're nice.
That's right.
All right. We love you guys and appreciate you so much. Thanks for being a part of the Fish Fam. You rock. Have a fantastic Taco Tuesday.